Hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Ebe here, and again I'm at Sills BMW. This is episode 3 of our new bike build series, and if you're not familiar with it, this is where we take a 2017 BMW S1000RR premium package with the HP wheels that I purchased from Sills BMW. We add parts to it, supplied to us by our amazing channel sponsors, and then we give this bike away totally free of charge to a lucky Patreon supporter that has supported the entire series and pledged their financial support. So without further ado, in today's episode I think we're going to be installing crash protection to make sure that in the unlikely event that this motorcycle goes down, the bike will be protected. Hey, we got Zach. Welcome back, man.
Ready to get going again?
I am. Let's get this bike wheeled in and get started.
That we shall. So, looks like we got some Gripster tank grips and a tank pad to protect the tank.
Sweet.
From your knees and belt buckles and such.
Okay.
So we'll get them on. Nothing too crazy exciting there. Pretty much just stickers, but
okay.
Maybe we'll have some tips for lining them up or something.
Oh, that'll be great.
See what we can figure out, and then got some good Yoshimura bolt-on parts. We got crankcase plug for the crankshaft that we can safety wire to our engine guards, and oil fill plug. And these are just case guards. In case of a tip over, they'll protect the edges of your engine here from nicking and hopefully at least make it so you can get home without leaking any oil or anything.
Sweet. That's always a plus. Pretty good stuff to have too when you're riding on the track too, eh?
Oh yeah. Some classes you have to have that even, or even bigger covers than that.
Okay.
But that should get you up to intermediate level for sure.
Well, very cool. These parts were supplied to us by our good buddies Moto Millions. So there's a sweet discount code that they set up for all of our Patreons and viewers of this video. It's 650 Ebe. So if you go to motomillions.com, use the discount code 650 Ebe to get yourself a nice discount. All right, Zach, we're ready to get started. What are we going to do first on this bike?
Let's start with the fancy stickers. Let's do the tank protection.
Okay.
So first we got to clean the gas tank.
Nice.
With some rubbing alcohol because we want to get off any greases, waxes, so that everything will stick real nice. Okay. And just use a nice clean microfiber rag so you don't scratch the tank. And we're just going to rub the areas that we're going to apply the pads.
Are we going over that gently, or do you need force?
No real force, just gentle. And then you can just let it air dry.
Okay.
Like about a minute, not even.
Okay.
By the time we get the package open, it's set to install. The trickiest part of this is lining everything up so it looks symmetrical on both sides.
Yeah, I haven't had much luck with that when I do it on my bikes, but I'm curious to see how you do it.
We'll see if we got any good tips and tricks. Sometimes I use some masking tape to help keep stuff straight. Yep. Sometimes I just go for it though. Sometimes that's the way to go. But let's see how everything lines up, which goes where, that kind of stuff. Looks like that. That would fit like that. I always want to test fit everything. Let's see.
Maybe that could be for the other side.
Take a look. See if it lines up better that way. Yeah, that
yes,
lines
it
up
does.
A whole lot better. So then you want to pick something as a reference point that you can find over and over again. So we have this corner. Yep. Because the straight part's a little hard, so we're going to use this corner to set that there. And then if we set that there and follow this line, it looks like it's going to come out nice and square everywhere. So let's see what happens on the other side. Let's see if we can use that corner. Okay. That would make our life super.
Great tip, dude.
Line up this corner here and keep that there. I think that's going to look good.
That's awesome,
So
Jack.
I think we're just going to go for it.
All right, so you viewers saw that. He found a reference point on the motorcycle, on the tank, where he can line it up. Oh boy, and now he's going to peel it off. So this is a one-time shot, right?
Yeah, one-time shot.
Yeah. And that's why Zach's doing it and I'm not.
Thanks. All right, so we're going to start in that corner then, because that's what we can reference. I'm going to push right on the tech spec emblem, and then we're going to follow this to keep it nice and straight, and then we'll just push there.
Nice. And that removes air pockets?
Yep, now we're committed, so now we're going to go to the middle and go up the middle and work your way to the outside. So hopefully all the air goes to the outside.
Wow, dude.
All right.
That looks better already.
Yeah.
I love those things. I have them on my R1M. They're fantastic on the track.
Oh, they really help you ride because then you're really pinching the bike with your knees, keeping all the weight off your wrists like you're supposed to.
Yep.
And just because it's not sliding, it works that way.
So why don't you think these come stock on motorcycles?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I can't even think of a good reason
Right.
why they wouldn't just install them. All right. We're going to go for it again. I'm feeling confident.
Oh.
Sometimes that's a dangerous thing, though. All right. So it looks like we're going to go in that corner. We'll push on the emblem. We'll keep this edge nice and straight. Does that look pretty straight? I think we're good.
Yes, it does.
So then we'll go up the middle. Yeah, that's definitely straight.
Totally awesome.
Let's see how it came out.
Man, that looks better already. This bike is coming along.
I'd say it looks about as even as it could be.
Yep.
What do you think?
I do. I think it looks great. So what do you do now? How long do we let it dry, or?
Anything like that says 24 hours.
Okay.
But I've definitely had success with just pushing them on, and then as long as you're keeping your knee against it, within 15 minutes you're pretty good to go.
Gotcha.
So now we got a center protection piece here.
Yep.
Looks like it says tech spec, so we know it goes this way.
Yep.
And maybe we'll get a little tricky with some tape here just to make sure we're centered.
Okay.
You want to try not to touch this as much as possible before you put it on.
Okay.
We're going to start at the bottom so we can put like that, and we're going to run that up, guessing that between that S, there's our center line. And now if we don't push it down all the way, we can take a step back and take a look.
Looks good. Yeah, I think it's center.
I think we're good. So now we can go ahead, we'll pull the tape and double check it before we do a final pressing. So look all right?
That's there. Looks good, man.
All right, let's rock and roll and then push it down.
I have never had any problems with my adhesive coming off or anything. I've had it on my R1M for 2 years now.
We've done, yeah. HP4, it's probably been on even longer. I think you put those on yourself.
Yeah, I did. I didn't do all this fancy stuff, but it still turned out pretty decent on the HP4.
Straight, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's move on to some more protection. I think up next we'll pop on. We got some R&G frame sliders from the great folks at
Moto Million. Yep.
And he gave me a couple good pointers about these particular R&G ones. So I guess frame sliders, they're pretty much all the same except the material they're made out of. He was saying it's Delran is what it's used.
Okay.
But R&G uses a special low friction Delran.
Okay.
That way if your bike does go down on a track while it's moving, it's supposed to help it slide and not stick. And then start rolling. So it just slides on its side.
Sure.
Knees get eaten away, and maybe you can just get away with changing some frame sliders.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Bad day at the track.
Yeah.
Got the frame slider package open, and we're going to take a quick look at the install instructions. I always like to do that because even if I've done it before, sometimes they change a procedure on how something's done. Or
sure.
Maybe a torque spec or the order of a washer or something.
Okay.
So I've done that. I'm ready to explain to you how to install these.
Oh boy, here we go again. 650E, but we're wrenching on the new bike build series first motorcycle, the 2017 S1000. I mean, it's looking good. I love these tank protectors. I love the windscreen. I love this bike. Okay, enough stalling.
Let's go ahead and do this then. Okay, grab your 3/8 ratchet.
Okay.
Excellent. Make sure that's in the off position. We're going to install. Come this way. We'll do the right side frame slider first.
Okay.
Our frame slider is going to install right at our cylinder head mounting bolt, so we're going to need to take that bolt out of there.
Okay.
Have good control.
Yeah.
No scratches in the frame.
No, heck no. I think
Once you break it free, yeah. Or maybe just take the extension off of the ratchet.
Okay.
Just pull.
Gotcha.
And then you got a little more to grab onto.
Yeah. Nice. Tricks of the trade.
And then there's a couple spacers that are going to be in there. Go ahead, try to leave them in there.
Okay.
Should just about be out of there. Yep, there's that spacer. It's alright if it comes out. We can push it back in. No big deal. Okay.
Still in there.
So we're going to put that bolt off to the side because we don't need it.
Okay.
And in this particular kit, the short one goes on that side. So if you want to grab the short RNG frame slider. And then if you want to pop this out for me real quick, just push this bolt out a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, so if you look, before I read in the instructions, it told me the order to put these washers. So that's how, that's how we're going to go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Cool. So just go ahead. You're going to have to switch to that 17 millimeter socket.
Gotcha.
You can leave the extension on.
Okay.
Yeah, just put that there. All right. Ooh, good catch. Good save. Good save. And it says we're going to put the bigger end of that frame slider towards the front of the bike.
Gotcha. Like so, right?
Yep. So go ahead. Let's give it a quick little test fit. Maybe slide that all the way in. Make sure it clears everything. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right. Start tightening up that bolt.
Okay. I'm going to put this to the on position.
Correct. When you're doing the frame sliders, you do want to do it one side at a time. You don't want to take both bolts out because then the engine could maybe drop forward a little bit or something and make it tough to line back up. Where if you do them one at a time, you don't have that issue.
Gotcha. Good tip. There we
Yeah,
go.
it looks like it's snugging up. All right, so get a little more snug than that.
Okay.
That is a pretty tight torque spec. Okay, let's do that now. Now give it a little twist. You feel like it's pretty, yeah, I think we need it. No, go the other way a little bit. I like that. You like the way that looks? Take a step back, make sure you're nice and level, because we're going to have a little RNG plug that goes here, so we want that to be
looks great.
Parallel with the ground, you know? Okay,
Yeah.
I like it then too.
Am I tightening this, or are we going to torque?
We're going to torque it.
Okay.
So if you want, I don't think you've used the torque wrench yet. Go ahead, grab that sucker.
And I'm going to use this guy, right?
Yeah, I'd pull off the extension and everything. This piece too.
Okay.
It's called the extension. It's a little tougher, but it'll pull right off. Okay. Put that stuff on the torque wrench.
Okay.
And then push the I button there. It'll power on, the one that says I.
Okay.
Powers on. And then all our torque specs are in Newton meters. Go ahead, push the up button until you get that to 50.
Does it go super fast if you hold down?
Yeah, it does kind of go fast. All right, let off or it'll go too fast. All right, perfect. So we're set for 50.
Nice.
And now, while you're tightening this with one hand, you are going to have to hold this so it doesn't spin.
Okay.
Oh, I might have bumped some buttons. Oh, we're still good.
Still at
we're
50.
good. Yep.
Why did it make that noise?
You're just bumping buttons again. Move your hand down a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
It's
Okay.
7.1.
So far, you've done 7.1. Yeah.
Oh, it did move.
You still look all right. You're about halfway there.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. There we go. It's not going to move much anymore.
Coming up. Probably get it this time. And there's your beep, 48.1, so you can go a little more snug. All right. Oh, it's spun on us. All right.
Fun, yeah.
So now we got to break it free and retighten it, so we got to use the other ratchet. You don't want to break anything free with the torque wrench.
Okay. Put this on the off position.
Yep, you got to grab your...
that
there's a button on the back of the ratchet head. You got to push that button.
Got it.
Excellent.
It's not going anywhere.
Just want to make sure we don't drop it.
Oh, man. All right, so that's a learning lesson
Yep.
that I...
Hey, sometimes I ain't got to do it.
I didn't secure this down good enough. Okay. All right, so now
Maybe
it's back level.
Yeah, looking good. Maybe snug it up a little more with that ratchet.
Okay.
Now that you know it's pretty tight, you know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Snug it up.
That's probably good because you're probably getting closer to the torque.
You're probably getting around Newton meter area?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna guess.
This is still set at 50.
Yep, and now you got yourself a good stance going there. So
Yep.
I think you're gonna have success this time.
Okay.
Just use that same. You got to have your hand back on
back
the.
here.
Yeah, that's what makes the torque wrench work correctly.
This thing still wants to move. There, it's not moving now.
All right. All right. Should be good.
Okay, yep.
Look it, got it.
Nice.
Perfect.
Awesome. Awesome. Wow. Thanks, Zach. You, please do the other side. In the essence of saving time and having people not unsubscribe from my channel.
Hopefully something that never has to be used, but if it does, protect your nice plastic.
Well, those look really awesome. Thank you so much to our friends at Moto Millions. Make sure you use the discount code 650EB when ordering from motomillions.com. This really makes the S1000 look really completed. I mean, these frame sliders, you hardly know that they're there. Blends in really nice with the black frame and the black aesthetics of the motorcycle. I think it looks fantastic.
All right, let's move on to changing our engine plugs.
Okay.
Some nice Yoshimura parts here.
Awesome.
Pre-drilled for safety wire.
Nice.
Makes it a little bit easier.
And we're also going to safety wire them today?
Yeah.
Okay.
That. So this plug's going to go over here, actually. And it uses one of the largest torque bit I have, a T60.
Okay.
Even though it's just made out of plastic and will take no effort to come out.
I see. Yeah.
This is actually access to the crankshaft so that you can turn the engine over while inspecting the valves or setting the timing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's an O-ring on here that we're going to have to reuse. So pop that guy off. Again, I glanced at the instructions before I started, and it told me that this is going to get torqued to 10 Newton meters.
Perfect.
It just uses a normal socket, which is also a little easier if you're at the track, so you don't have to carry so many different kinds of tools around.
Yeah. This bike is going to be ready for a smackdown, isn't it?
Yes, it will. That's how we prep them all.
That looks much better than stock.
Yeah, I thought these had a good look to it. Color combination. We also got the oil fill. So we're going to pull that off. It also has an O-ring on it that we're going to need to reuse.
Okay. And all of these parts, just so you know, the stock parts are going to be given to the winner of the new bike build series.
And this we're just going to snug up because, of course, it's your oil filled, so you are going to be removing this and if you ever need to add oil. So we'll just go till it touches and just a bit more. It's nice and snug now.
Awesome.
And while we're on this side of the bike, we also got the case saver kit from Yoshimura.
Awesome.
Which works well with our pre-drilled plugs. They also have holes in them that we can connect the safety wire to.
Oh, that's sweet.
Looks like that's going to fit perfectly. I looked at the instructions for that before, and they said we can go ahead and reuse these bolts, so we're going to give that a shot. I'm not 100% sure that's going to work out for us.
All right. Yep.
These are aluminum bolts. BMW really did do everything they could to
Reduce
save
the
weight. Yeah. I don't have a digital scale handy, but go ahead and feel that.
Oh, that's super light.
As compared to just your regular steel bolt, even smaller.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
It is.
But generally they don't like to come out and be retightened, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And then, as I was saying, that more expensive snap-on torque wrench, it would actually do the angle torque then.
Yeah.
To measure the 90. Unfortunately, I don't have that one. I do have a way to measure angle torque, but it's usually for bigger bolts, so I'm just going to go ahead. I mean, it's 90 degrees. We can go from here to here, and we know it's 90 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and put that 90 on there. Yeah, what do you know? It didn't snap.
Yeah, I was going to say, we didn't hear anything go snap, so we're good.
No, we're 2 for 2. Let's see. Hey, look at that.
Nice.
The Ocean Mirror knew what they were talking about.
Heck yeah, they did.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, so basically the instructions said we can reuse these aluminum bolts, and we were able to do that without an issue.
Let's go to the other side. We got one for the alternator cover.
Awesome.
And these are great, just even if you have little mishaps in your driveway.
Yeah.
This could save you. At least you could drive your bike to the shop, or because if you get a hole punched in here, then it's
All
going
the
to
oil
leak
leaks
oil.
out? Yeah.
3 again, which is next to nothing, as you can see.
90 degrees.
And take our 90 degrees.
Let's not hear any snaps.
I'm pretty sure I got these bolts in stock if they were to become an issue.
2 for 2.
I'm really impressed.
Wow.
All right.
Nice.
Well, I think we got a lot done today.
Yeah.
It's starting to look good. Let's
Safety wire?
oh yeah, let's put the safety wire on there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up the parts installed for today, I believe, and we're just gonna safety wire them
Okay.
for that.
What's the purpose of safety wire, Zach?
Instead of using Loctite, it's a backup for keeping a fastener from coming all the way out.
Okay.
So we're gonna install this wire from this nut onto this bracket in a way that it's gonna pull it tight, and if it goes to loosen up, it can only loosen so far, so it won't come out, it won't leak oil.
Nice.
That way you're not putting oil on a racetrack ever. So, like I
So
said,
this was already pre-drilled for that, eh?
Pre-drilled.
That's nice.
Otherwise, you'd have to go through and drill it. So, like I said, we want to, since this tightens this way, we want to put some pressure on it this way.
Okay.
So we're going to go through there and run it to this hole. These are actually a specific tool just for using safety wire. They're called safety wire pliers.
Nice.
And what it does is it puts that nice little twist that you see in the safety wire.
Yeah, I was
So we're going to
wondering
go
how you
ahead and clamp these, and it locks, and then we pull them.
Oh, man.
And look, we get this nice little twist.
Just when I thought you spent hours doing it yourself, a machine's doing it.
And man, secret's out. All right.
Ooh.
See, look, I'm bleeding. Now it's going to cost extra.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
This is going to be a little tricky. Almost wonder if we should go from the other. Yeah, let's go from the other side. So now that nut, bolt, whatever you want to call it, is completely retained.
Wow.
And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the oil fill. And I think the plan is to actually do a first service on this bike, right?
Yes, we're going to do a
When
first
we get to the
service.
first service, we will drill and safety wire the oil drain plug also.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Again, I wish everything worked first try every time, but sometimes it just doesn't.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
at
I think makes the difference too, going back and actually fixing it correctly
Right.
then, you know?
That's what I was going to say. At least you don't give up and say, oh,
Yeah.
that's good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough, you know?
It's never good enough. It has to be perfect.
Try to get that pointy part away from anywhere
Yeah.
your leg could hit.
Yep, pants or leg or anything.
And throw out all this so it doesn't wind up in anybody's tire.
Yep. That looks great.
And I believe we'll call that complete then. And I think there's just one more thing we wanted to get done in today's episode, right?
Yes.
Gotta get
that
rid
is-
of a pesky part.
Yeah, removing these unsightly front fender reflectors. I mean, these are definitely the sign of a noob rolling around on these things. One off. All right, Zach, so we got some awesome stuff installed on this motorcycle today.
Yeah, it's really starting to come together. I'm liking what we put on.
Yep.
I think it looks good with the color scheme. Added some protection.
Yep.
Some rider enhancements with the knee pads, making it easier to ride, turn.
Yep. Coming along, man. So that's a wrap for episode 3 of our new bike build series, where we take a brand new 2017 S1000RR, add some custom parts to it, and make it more of a bike that 650E would ride. And then at the end of this series, we offer it to one of our amazing Patreon supporters, totally free of charge, as a way to say thanks for supporting the new bike build series. Awesome. These parts can be found or purchased from our good buddies motomillions.com, and when you do that, make sure you use the discount code 650EB to make your purchase. RNG frame sliders, Yoshimura case savers, some nice tank protection right there. This bike is coming along rather brilliantly. So stay tuned, because eventually I'm going to start riding this bike and putting break-in miles on it, and then we're going to do its first service. We got some more parts to install. Brock's Performance has sent us an exhaust system. We've got Bren tuning with an ECU flash coming. Amazing, amazing videos still happening on the new bike build series. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel by clicking subscribe. New videos are always uploaded to the channel. Stay tuned for more, and as always, thanks for viewing from Sills BMW on the 2017 S1000RR New Bike Build Series.